The Grand Rapids Griffins have the best 26-game start in AHL history.
Welcome to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast.
Welcome back to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast. We are a podcast brought to you by the Hockey Podcast Network, and we are sponsored by DraftKings. I'm one of your hosts, Connor.
And I'm the other host, Kyle. We're a show brought to you by the fans, for the fans. If you're not officially partnered with the Grand Rapids Griffins or Detroit Red Wings, we bring you this show just as a fan, season ticket member perspective. Always watching the Griffins, been watching them for years. The love's going to continue. We're just going to keep you updated on what's going on here in Grand Rapids in the AHL.
Yeah, the Griffins have absolutely been destroying so far this year. I believe we're on a 13-game win streak now, which is absolutely amazing. We have in 27 games played, we have 25 wins, 1 loss, 0 overtime losses, and 1 shootout loss. So absolutely amazing record. It's the best record in 90 years of AHL history.
Yeah, and just a dominating team. And I don't think one time this year I've been really worried about the team and what the direction is. I mean, we have been rolling over every team we've played practically, other than the Charlotte Checkers and the Chicago Wolves, in 1 game apiece for them. And every other game has just been a show for us.
Yeah, it's just crazy because the beginning of the season started and we were kind of making our predictions, and me and Kyle were both thinking, we'd probably end up with the ASP down here. And we were kind of thinking, our defense is struggling. Like, we're going to really have to rely on Tuomisto and William Wallander. But that's not the case. We got Eric Gustafson and Justin Hall contributing, and our defense is solid. And we're kind of worried about our offense, too. And our offense has been solid. I mean, you can throw any obstacle in this team's way right now, and it seems like we're still going to just keep destroying whoever you put in our path. And that's crazy to see, and that's what you live for in sports, and having it be in our hometown Grand Rapids Griffins. And it's just like, this is what's going to be happening to the Red Wings here shortly. I mean, obviously the Red Wings are already really good right now, but this is just going to transfer over to the Red Wings. And yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. This team just continues to dominate, setting records, just annihilating anything in its path. I love the way this team has played so far this year. And I mean, now we got John Leonard, who has absolutely blown up the AHL scoreboard, deserving that call up to the Red Wings. Finally gets the call, and he's already put up 2 goals for the Detroit Red Wings. So it's a fluent system. Players can go up, and it's like they don't skip a beat.
Yeah, and John Leonard does not look out of place right now. They kind of threw him right up there on the second line, playing with DeBrincat. He looks really good up there. I mean, he's kind of taken that spot where Kane was sitting there, him and Kopp and DeBrincat, and he has the speed to keep up, and he has amazing assisting ability also. He's not just a one-trick pony who can score. I mean, I think he's a all-around rounded player, and I think he brings more to the table than Bergeron did. I do.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
And speaking of Jonathan Bergeron, Jonathan Bergeron was placed on waivers and picked up by the St. Louis Blues. And I mean, it was to the point where it's kind of, a player needs a fresh start. I mean, good for him. He went out, he got 2 points. He scored a nice goal under the bar. I mean, the fresh start's looking good for him. I mean, we were all selfishly hoping to get him down here in GR, but he deserves to be an NHL player.
Yeah, and he's going to go and fight for another team, and rightfully so. I don't know if the Red Wings ever gave him that solid of a consistent opportunity, but McClellan seemed to give him as good of a chance as anybody. So, yeah, gave him his best bet and decided we're going to move forward with some of the other players we've moved into the system. So, with, we're losing John Leonard up to the Red Wings. He's got 10 games. If he plays those 10 games and stays up, then he will no longer be eligible to be called down to the Griffins. So
he can if he passes through waivers, but obviously he'll be claimed pretty fast.
yeah, I can't imagine he'd be passing through waivers with the season he's having. So that being said, it looks like we have signed Chad Hillebrand from the Western Michigan Broncos, is where he played last year. He has been a force for the Griffins already, putting up multiple points so far.
Yeah, that's the Western Michigan Broncos recently won a national championship.
Yeah, so excited to have this kid in a Griffins jersey. So far, Chad Hillenbrand has put up 3 points in 3 games for us so far. Nothing short, just goal per game, and comes into the AHL and just steps in. Him and Nolan Moyle both getting their first goals in this last month. So congratulations to both of them.
Yeah, really cool to see some of these guys coming from the Michigan colleges coming up to the Griffins.
One of those players with some championship experience, and he's going to slide right in, make an impact while the Griffins are maybe missing a guy or two, or hoping for Amadeus Lombardi to come back soon. We're still waiting for Shai Boom to come back and skate a game for us. Carter Mazer looks like he's going to be out for a while yet. It did sound like Lombardi is relatively close, maybe after the new year.
It looks like Lombardi and Buum are both, Shai Boom are both skating right now. So they're pretty close. And then you've also probably noticed William Lagesson isn't there, and apparently he's having another child with his wife, so he's staying back. And
yeah, and congratulations to him for that. The only other player we want to mention is Michael Pastava here. It sounds like he skated and was with the team during their trip to Iowa, just getting some reps and practice and being with the team. Sounds like all good news there. He should be back relatively soon as well.
yeah, my thoughts are wait till we get some of these dudes back, like Carter Mazer. If you think about it, losing Berggren only releases the log jam a little bit.
Yep, I agree. And
I mean, it's getting to the point where like all these dudes have stepped up with the absence of Mazer and Lombardi and all these other guys, to the point where it's like I would never say we don't need them, but it's like we're doing fine without them. So inserting them back in, it gives other people less playing time, and
right.
It's just like we needed something to give in the log jam, and we got a little bit of motion through the pipeline. So
yep, gives those players that deserve it a chance to step up. And yeah, once we get some of these big dogs back that have been out for a minute, they're all players that can step right into the system and make an impact as well. So we're looking for the best out of everyone here, and someone's going to have to give or go. We can get into the leaderboards, kind of what's going around here. So to start off our leaderboard tracker here, we got Michael Brenzig-Nygaard in first place amongst rookies and game winners with 5 of them, and that is tied for second all around in the AHL. A great start for Michael Brenzig-Nygaard.
So then we also have Detroit Red Wings first round pick goaltender, 15th overall, Sebastian Cossa, with second in goals against average with a 1.68, second in save percentage with a 0.936, and tied for first in shutouts with 3, and first place in wins with 14. So Sebastian Cossa continuing to really dominate out there and show that he's a top AHL goaltender ready to make this next step.
Yeah, and then we got our veteran duo with Eric Gustafson and Justin Hall tied for third in plus minus for defensemen in the league. And then we can get into our milestones where we have Dominic Shine is 2 goals away from surpassing Thomas Tatar for the 4th most goals in franchise history at 88. And then on top of that, Shine is also one unassisted goal away from claiming the sole possession of the franchise record of 11.
Yeah, I just kind of want to mention, I know it's kind of way off topic right now, but I want to mention about Michael Brenzig-Nygaard and Dominic Shine being out there on the ice at the same time. At the game tonight, me and Kyle were looking at each other like, oh my God, they kind of have a similar right in your face kind of style.
They're ruthless.
We're like, they will not, ruthless. They'll just destroy you, get the puck, and score. Like,
yeah, it's fun to watch those two out there pressing on the forecheck because that's what they do. It's in their game. Forecheck, and they're both just shoving it down. This game was against the Monsters where me and Connor were watching. Man, were they just attacking. As soon as the Cleveland defenders touched the puck, they were probably getting smoked by MBN or Shine.
Just so many miraculous plays, like setting the puck in and just going to get it, and you can tell their defense is just scared. Michael Branson, Nygaard, and Shine both coming in. They just like give it right to them almost.
Yep.
Offensive chances.
Yeah, so continue with the milestones. We got Sebastian Cossa, who's one game from 100 as a Griffin. Be good to see there and be there for that one with Sebastian Cossa. And then Dan Watson is 2 wins away, maybe after tonight's game, 1 win away from 100 as head coach of the Grand Rapids Griffins. So let's go ahead and get that one done for Dan Watson right away. All right, we can move now into the standings. We'll get the Central Division knocked out of the way here first.
So the Grand Rapids Griffins are 24-1-0-1 with 49 points. In second place, we have the Chicago Wolves, 32 points. In third place, we have the Manitoba Moose, 30 points. In fourth place, we have the Rockford Ice Hogs with 27 points. Place, we have the Milwaukee Admirals with 26 points, which would be the last place playoff spot. 5 of the 7 teams do make the playoffs. We got the Texas Stars, who have really started to win games now. They are just 2 games behind the Milwaukee, 1 game behind the Milwaukee Admirals with 24 points. And then you got the Iowa Wild falling off, going down to 17 points in 7th place, which is crazy to me because they've been giving the Griffins a harder fight almost than anyone else in our division, it seems like. So interesting.
Yeah, it looks like a big old log jam down the middle there in the Central Division. I'm glad we're not in it. So we can go into the AHL standings now, where the Grand Rapids Griffins on top with 49 points. Number 2, we have the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins with 42 points in second place. We have in third Providence Bruins with 41 points. The Colorado Eagles are in fourth place with 37 points. The Syracuse Crunch are in fifth place with 35 points. And the Manitoba Moose have moved out of the top 10, and the Chicago Wolves have moved into the top 10.
Yeah, it's a lot of the usual competitors minus the Hershey Bears and you don't see the Checkers, the Hershey Bears, or the
Calgary Wranglers, or the Coachella Valley Fireworks.
Coachella Valley is what I was going to say.
So, interesting.
Yeah, so actually a bunch of new guys up there too. The Barracuda are up in there. The Crunch haven't been there in a while. LaBelle's back up in there. Rain are in there again. Yeah, crazy. Chicago Wolves thought they could survive without Carolina. Went from literally winning the Calder Cup to being the worst team.
Yeah, and I believe...
And they're back with Carolina now. And they're back in the top 10.
And I believe they recently just fired their head coach, and they are rolling with an interim head coach now. So,
oh, interesting.
We can go into stats for the AHL. We'll start with the AHL points.
So for points, tied for first, we have Jacob Pelletier with 31 points, tied with Laurent Dauphin for 31 points. Pelletier from the Crunch and Dauphin from the Rocket. Those are 2 first-place point getters. And then we got a 3-way tie for third, which is John Leonard, Arthur Kalajev, and Brett Sini, all with 29. And then in 6th place, you got a 4-way tie. You got Quinn Hudson, Yager Furkis, Patrick Brown, and Zach Jones with 28 points. And then in 10th place, you have Nick Lardis from the Rockford Ice Hogs at 26.
Then for goals, continuing to lead the league is John Leonard, even after his call-up, and he's been up for 3 games already. So number 2, we got Arthur Kalaya from Belleville Senators with 19 goals, just tied with John Leonard currently. And then we have 3rd place, Quinn Hudson from Bakersfield Condor with 16 goals. Number 4, we have Jacob Pelletier with 15 goals. Then we have a 5-way tie for 5th place with Yager Furcus from Coachella Valley, Nick Lardis from Rockford Ice Hogs, Dominic Shine, yours truly, Logan Morrison from the Coachella Valley Firebird as well, and Cameron Ebig from Tucson Roadrunners, all tied for 5th place with 13 goals.
Crazy. And the only reason we're mentioning all of them is because Shine is lumped into there. So obviously we're going to mention them.
So we're going to go into Grand Rapids points now.
So we have in first place for the Grand Rapids Griffins, we have John Leonard still with 29 points. Second place, we have Dominic Shine with 24 points. Third place, we have Sheldon Dries with 20 points. And in fourth place, we have Michael Brentz-Nygaard tied with Eric Gustafson for 17 points.
Yeah, I mean, we got to mention Andre Becker's creeping onto this list now, too, in the top 10 for Grand Rapids Griffins points. He's been having good games out there for the last couple weeks.
Yeah, he kind of cooled down there for a minute with all this other talent being down here, but you can definitely see he has taken the challenge and kept his nose to the grindstone, and he's looking to rise up in the scoreboards.
Yeah, and some power play time on top of that has helped out with some of the numbers. So then we can go to Grand Rapids goals. We have John Leonard still going to be leading the team for a little while here at number 1 with 19 goals. Dominic Shine in second with 13 goals. Edwards Traumax with 12 goals. Sheldon Dries with 8 goals. And in fifth, we have Michael Brentz-Nygaard with 6 goals.
Yep. And as we mentioned before, Michael Brentz-Nygaard tied for first with rookies or game winners.
Then we'll quick touch on the Grand Rapids goaltending. We have Sebastian Kosa with 15 games played. He has a goals against average of 1.68 and a save percentage of 0.96. Save percentage of 0.936. And he is second place amongst goaltenders in the AHL. Then we have Carter Geilander with 6 games. He has a 1.83 goals against average, and just like Kosa, a 0.936 save percentage. And then Michael Postava is on there with 5 games played, a 2.15 goals against average, and again, the same save percentage, a 0.936.
How does that even work? That usually, like all 3 of them have the same exact save percentage, and it's like really good too. It's not like we all have a bad goal save percentage. We have a great. All 3 of our guys have a outstanding save percentage.
Yep, all with different amount of games played, different amount of shots against, and just some really good numbers all around here. So great job to the goalies. Carter Geilander with another shutout there against the Cleveland Monsters. Great game. Love to see him out there in that teal jersey for that one. So keep it up, Geilander. That should wrap us up for the stats. We can go ahead. We'll get into our DraftKings ad, and we'll come back with our hot, cold, and random section.
The jaw-dropping moments that make hockey, hockey. Experience them all with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Missouri listeners, listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me State. New customers, this one is for you. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, You'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into 200 bonus bucks if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-3669. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. Pass-through of per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see pkng.co/audio. Limited time offer. Copyright NHL 2025. All rights reserved.
Welcome back. So we're going to get to our segment called Hot and Cold. We like to pick a player who's fiery hot, a player who's icy cold, just a player who we'd like to see a fire lit under. And then we'd like to randomly generate a number, match that number with a jersey, and then grade that player on a hot to cold scale. So who is hot, Kyle?
Well, today we have Michael Brandsegg-Nygaard. We talked about him last week on Griffins Earning Your Wings, but we just had to put him in as hot because he's tearing it up out there. He's been a physical presence. He's first in game winners for rookies and tied for second all around in the AHL. There's really not a lot to complain about with Michael Brandsegg-Nygaard's game down here in the AHL.
He's got 21 games played, 6 goals, 11 assists for 17 points and a plus 13. So he's putting things together defensively. Also, he's just a huge presence. And like I said earlier, he's been playing with Dominic Shine, and that duo has been relentless out there. And I don't think many teams know what to do when you have 2 freaks crashing down on you in the corner. So, yeah, really cool to see. He's definitely fire hot, and I wouldn't be shocked if he's gonna get a call up here soon.
Yeah, I think he's been just impressive. So he's well deserved to be on hot here. And, we'll talk about these first round picks that come to Grand Rapids any chance we get. So moving on to cold. Again, another disclosure here. When we're putting someone on cold, we're not coming at them about they're not a good player. We're just trying to say, hey, this guy could probably be doing a little better. So we're going to put Alex Kannok-Leipert in cold this week. At one point in the last 10 games there and 25 games, and he's been +5 overall. So solid all around. Just as one of these defensemen that's kind of trying to compete with some of these veterans that are putting up unrealistic AHL numbers. And, it's on the cold side.
Yeah, just kind of being overshadowed. You can't really shine when you have like Eric Gustafsson and Justin Hull, who should be playing in the NHL. But what it's doing is you're going to watch Leipert really learn from those guys, and you're going to see him develop 10 times faster than if it was, like I said earlier, the beginning of the season when we were thinking that we were going to have all these young guys for defense and not really a veteran presence with Didier retiring. But no, now we got these like NHL players here, something no one expected. And you can see the development, especially in like players like Tuomisto, and you'll see it with Leipert. And you've already seen it. He actually scored a goal the other game. So I think he's already starting to work his way through the mountain and climb and face adversity. So best to him. I think I like the physical energy he brings. I like when he's fighting people. I think he's a valuable asset to the team, and I'm really excited to see him grow.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that absolutely separates him from the other defensemen on this team is he came from Bakersfield Condor, and he led them in penalty minutes, and he's going to come over here to do the same thing for us. He's had that physicality. He's not afraid to drop the gloves. It looks like he's done this before. So he's been great to watch. It did look like he was on the worst end of the last couple bouts, but Yeah, I was calling him Alex Knockout-Leipert at the beginning of the season there. He looked really good, but don't want him to shy away from that physical game. Keep it up. You've done great this season for us, and we just want to see more of it. He started out real hot. Keep that going.
So we're going to do a random number.
Our random number today.
15. Sheldon Dries.
All right, Sheldon Dries it is. Someone that we haven't really talked about a whole lot because we've been talking about everyone else, but I'd say Sheldon Dries has been by far one of the most consistent players on this team. He's ended up with quite a few breakaways already this year and scored on most of them. So Sheldon Dries has absolutely been hot. I can't put any other tag on him just because he's consistently finding the back of the net and being a solid force as a forward out there, and kind of in the same boat as like Shine and MBN, just a pesky forechecker, not afraid to bullnose his way right to the front of the net and put pucks in there. So,
and we're talking about a guy who was on pace to lead the Griffins last year in points and goals, but he obviously had spent a lot of time up in the NHL playing on the Red Wings. So, you know, you had Joe Snively and Shine take over more down there. But yeah, you're looking at a solid veteran leadership guy. He's got 9 goals, 13 assists, 22 points, 22 games. It's a point a game. Can't ask for anything more.
yeah, really, that's basically where we come to with Sheldon Dries. I mean, it's a guy worthy of putting the A on. So I'd say, yeah, just we can keep it as Sheldon Dries has been hot. Keep doing what you're doing out there, man. Love seeing it.
Yeah. We're glad we didn't lose him like Joe Snively.
Agreed. He's very valuable to this team, and now that he's been here for 2 years, it looks like he fits in and is one of the leaders that's going to lead these future prospects.
Yeah, just another notable mention now. I just want to mention Austin Watson. He's still out there doing Austin Watson things, aggravating guys and being a physical presence and protecting the young guys. He's lost his buddy Nate Dogg out there, but hope he finds another kid to put under his wing and guard and teach to be a man. And I hope, yeah, I just like the veteran leadership we have on this team now. Way better than recent years where we just had prospects and we didn't really have good veterans. We actually have the recipe to be successful in the AHL now. And I'm really excited to see it develop.
Yeah, I agree. Austin Watson, he's out there doing his thing. He's still yelling at everyone all play long that he's out on the ice. I love it. And he's still up in the top for Griffins stats. So nothing to worry about with Austin Watson. He's definitely hot. He's still throwing his hammer around. Yeah, consistent and valuable member of this Griffins team as well.
But yeah, so for Sheldon Dries hot, I'm going to say hot. He's hot.
Guaranteed.
All right, so that should get us into Griffins earning their wings. So obviously we all know who we're going to talk about today. We're going to be talking about John Leonard, called up from Grand Rapids Griffins to the Detroit Red Wings. I'm leading that AHL in goals with 19 goals, and then third place in points. He's been the best guy down here on our team in GR. He absolutely destroyed, knocked down the door enough to force Yzerman's hand to call him up to the Detroit Red Wings.
I mean, yeah, you're looking at a guy that's scoring at a 1.5 per game ratio for Grand Rapids here, and it's been so fun to watch him. Holy crap. I knew when we signed him that he was going to be a key contributor, and I knew between some of these veterans that they were going to be fighting for a roster spot, and he came in and showed why he belongs up in the NHL and why he deserves a call up. I mean, I don't know what else a player would be able to do to bend for a call up. Like the dude is literally, like I said, at a point and a half per game, which Grand Rapids hasn't seen a point per game player in 5 seasons. So the fact that he's putting up a point and a half should speak volumes. And then I think Yzerman just eventually had to say, like, hey, dude, get on up here. And definitely pushed Berggren's kind of spot right out of town, unfortunately. We all would have loved to see him back down here, but we know it's right for him to go get a chance somewhere else. So,
yeah, but like I said, he already got two good points there to start out.
yeah, and John Leonard already with 2 goals in the NHL in 3 games, so not skipping a beat.
Yeah, so and like I said earlier, they threw him right on the second line there with Kopp and DeBrincat, and he's looking really good. I mean, he's like a replacement for Kane there for a minute until Kane gets better. Obviously, Kane will take his spot back, I'd assume.
Yeah, and Todd McClellan said himself, they play a fluent system here between Grand Rapids and Detroit Red Wings so that when a player does move up into a situation, he can step right in whatever line he needs to and play. So it seems to be working out well.
Yeah, and then there's just he's got 10 games to play up there on Detroit to get sent down waiver free. So that's huge. So we could get him back, but I think at the rate it's going, there's nothing to lose to keep him up there. I mean, there is for the Griffins, but we got plenty of dudes. Hopefully Mazer comes back. I mean,
yeah, we got Amadeus Lombardi around the corner. That's the big one coming back first, I believe. And yeah, if Carter Mazer can get back into the lineup, that would just be awesome. I mean, you're talking about a guy with plagued career from injuries. That's Carter Mazer.
yeah.
So, would love to see this guy step back on the ice for us and just up again. So I think that should do it for Griffins earning their wings. We can move on to the penalty box.
So welcome to the penalty box. This is our final segment of every episode. We like to end on a fun note, and it's our chance to put the biggest idiot into the penalty box for either a 2-minute minor, 4-minute double minor, 5-minute major, or a game misconduct. Kyle, who are you throwing into the penalty box?
I just so happened to catch some Chicago radio talking about the Chicago Bears and how they are searching for a new stadium. And Bears are having a good season in the NFL right now and leading the NFC North. You know, you'd think this city would rally and come up with something because they're looking for this new stadium. You'd want them front and center downtown, maybe just renovate the stadium you have. I know it's getting pretty old down there. But they're talking about moving to Indiana now. Like, to move the entire franchise into Indiana. Like, how are you going to be the Chicago Bears if you're not even in Illinois?
I just don't understand. I mean, Grand Rapids, currently we have the Van Andel Arena, and we're literally building an amphitheater, and we're building a soccer stadium, possible Rampage Stadium. I mean, we're just bringing more sports to the area. Chicago's one of the top 5 big city in the USA. I don't understand how they can't find somewhere to put a stadium in Chicago.
Yeah, I think it just has to speak to the overpopulation that's kind of going on down there. I mean, there's just no room within the city limits to actually get the size of a football stadium that they want to put without moving other big things. So, yeah, Chicago is it's a big, heavy populated, congested area, and I think we all know that. But
Yeah,
to put one of those big LA stadiums that they want, I'm sure they want one of the big, fresh new ones. Like we got LCA over here, that's our big new stadium. Yeah, they're gonna want something new and fresh, but I think their only option is to possibly take it out of Chicago. And
national team. Oh, you don't. You're the Chicago Bears. You're not the Arizona Phoenix Coyotes, where there's like no. I mean, this is America. I mean, us hockey fans like hockey better, but like there was no market out there in Arizona.
Could you imagine if the Detroit Red Wings had to move from Detroit?
To Grand Rapids.
I mean, think the Pistons played in Auburn Hills for a long time. But
Yeah.
It's just, I couldn't imagine the Detroit Red Wings not being downtown Detroit. I mean, that's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
So,
Same.
2-minute minor for the Chicago Bears. We'll keep it simple.
Yes. So who I'm throwing into the penalty box, it's kind of the scheduling for this year for the Grand Rapids Griffins. I've noticed we have a lot of Sunday games. There's been
Promotional Sunday games.
giveaways games for Sunday. Like the 30th celebration was on a Sunday. I didn't understand that. That's something you'd think you'd have on a Saturday night. And then we have the hops for hoops. Well, the hockey for hoops one with the Pistons jersey. And the jersey itself, it could have been such a great thing. They could have done such a better job, but it was on a Sunday. Not a lot of people showed up. And then I'm not dogging the tank top. I think the tank top's really cool. I think it's going to be fun in the summer, but it's the same exact material the giveaway jerseys were made out of. So it was almost like it would have been a lot cooler for it to just be a jersey and on Saturday night.
Yeah, and if that was a jersey, it would hit hard, and people would have been fighting over them. So I'm also just a touch bummed that it's not a jersey giveaway this year. But hey, you get what you get, and you like it. So
Yeah, beggars can't be choosers. But I think they should take into considerations, like, for me, some of my funnest nights on the Griffins were the Toasters night and the Jurassic Park night. It's fun when you got this jersey and then everyone in the crowd is also wearing the jersey.
and the team's also wearing the jersey.
Yeah, I like the basketball summer idea. I get it, but I think the hockey jersey is what us hockey fans wanted. So 2-minute minor, nothing major. Yeah, let's get some Friday, Saturday duos more. We haven't really had much of that this year. We don't really have it until January, February, March. It's kind of been like a Friday, Sunday kind of thing.
Yeah. You just doing a 2-minute minor here?
Yeah, 2-minute minor.
Gotcha. So we'll wrap up this penalty box. We'll get this thing closed up. So next week, who do we got, Connor? Who are we playing?
So next week we are off for Christmas, the 22nd to the 26th, and then Saturday, the 27th, we play the Milwaukee Admirals at 7 p.m. in Milwaukee, and then we come home that following Wednesday, 31st of December, which is New Year's Eve home game. It's an 8 p.m. game. Indoor fireworks. It's a fun game to go to. So winning Wednesday also. So if the Griffins win, you get a free ticket to the next game. But yeah, awesome.
Do the next Wednesday game.
Yeah.
That's
To the next Wednesday game. Yeah, definitely not the next game. And you also do have to go to the box office after the game or drive down there to the zone during the week to get your ticket. You have to bring your ticket stub. So keep your ticket stub and definitely get down there for that. It's a really cool fireworks show. It's the biggest in West Michigan indoor fireworks show.
and there's 3 winning Wednesday games throughout the month of January. So let's get this thing started and rolling in the last day of December. So,
And I believe we've won all of them so far.
Yeah.
So 7 more Wednesday games. None of them are in April. The home games, at least.
your Griffins are just continuing this streak. They have no signs of slowing down from any team. So make sure you get down there to the Van Andel Arena and catch them while they are in town. So hopefully we'll catch you down for the New Year's Eve game.
Yeah, go Griffins.
Go Griffins.
Thank you for listening to the Griffins Pipeline podcast. If you enjoyed the show, give us a 5-star review. We are part of the Hockey Podcast Network. We are not partnered with the Grand Rapids Griffins, Detroit Red Wings, or Toledo Walleye. We are not experts. We are just die-hard fans looking to make a community with others alike. Let's go Griffins Nation. Join the fun, like and follow us on Facebook and X, or call into the show and have your opinion heard 1-616-319-1175. Thank you. Grand Rapids Griffins, Toledo Walleye, and Detroit Red Wings. Players, coaches, websites, and social media. Thank you AHL.com, NHL.com, ETL.com, EliteProspects.com, and anyone else putting out information on the teams. Until next time, go Griffins. Go Red Wings, go Walleye.